Fox tonight, an update to a disturbing case that we've been following for some time.
Clackamas County prosecutors are now asking the state to take over in the investigation of a former West Linn doctor accused of sex abuse. Fox 12's Dylan Scott joins us in studio with more on how this affects the case and what makes this situation so complicated. Dylan?
That's right, Pete and Riel, good evening. Part of the complication comes from previous Oregon laws that made prosecuting doctors like David Farley extremely difficult. But with Senate bills now in place to address gaps in sex abuse cases, victims and counsel connected with these allegations hope they'll soon get another chance.
The fact that he's out running free right now is the biggest slap in the face to the survivors.
Sex crimes prosecutor Courtney Tom and the dozens of local plaintiffs she represents say they haven't given up the civil and criminal fight against former West Linn doctor David Farley.
I think the ultimate goal here is that David Farley is arrested and he's charged, and the truth comes out about what he did to countless women, countless children.
In an investigation led by the Clackamas County District Attorney's Office and West Linn Police Department, a 2022 grand jury issued a not true bill, meaning there was not enough evidence for an indictment despite some powerful words from those alleging years of sexual abuse by someone they trusted. Earlier this year, some of the alleged victims sat down with a CNN reporter to share their story.
He told me that he had a young patient die of cervical cancer. And so he wanted to check all his patients starting at a young age.
I remember laying there and thinking, what's going on? And then he hurt me. It hurt really bad. And it made my whole body jump.
While the Oregon Medical Board revoked Farley's license to practice, it wasn't until Senate Bill 974 passed regarding sex abuse laws that many felt they'd have a second chance to prosecute. This week, that took a step forward when DA John Wentworth sent a letter to Oregon Attorney General Ellen Rosenblum, essentially citing legal and factual difficulties as the reason the case faltered and asking them to pick up where they left off.
If that's what he truly felt, why has he waited years to request assistance from an office that could do it?
Meanwhile, the DOJ hasn't signed on just yet, saying they'll first review the matter and determine if there's a basis for prosecution. Some difficult words for the countless patients still waiting for David Farley to see his day in court.
My neighbor Lisa, she popped over one day and she said, kind of out of the blue, hey, have you ever had a weird experience with Dr. Farley? And immediately I knew.
Get him off the street so he can never harm another child is our goal, the one goal that we've been after now for 4 to 5 years.
Now, the civil cases we mentioned against Farley are also still ongoing and in the hundreds of millions of dollars. We'll keep you posted on the very latest as we learn more. In studio, Dylan Scott, Fox 12 Oregon.